for inspiring people, for motivating people, for coaching and training young people to chase their dream, to pursue their dream. And that is what I'm committed to. Why? Because I realize that every one of us in the world today is born with a gift, is born with a talent. And that talent is what makes you special. And that is what is going to create a niche for you. I've seen a lot of people, they went to the university to study maybe medicine, law, and different professions. But most of them never took time to ask themselves, what am I gifted in? What am I talented in? Because when you decide to go after what you're gifted in, what you're talented in, you are setting yourself up for a blissful life, for a life of excitement, for a life of enjoyment. Because you cannot keep the gift, you cannot keep the talent. It will haunt you. It will definitely haunt you. So you find that you become uncomfortable. The thing, just like in the Bible, it said, the word was like fire shut up in my bones, and I couldn't keep quiet. That is going to be you. You can keep quiet with a gift. You can keep quiet with a talent. What you're endowed with to change your world, you cannot keep quiet with it. And when you have discovered what you're born to do, when you've discovered your peculiarity, your uniqueness, that is where you actually begin to dream. You actually begin to see a vision about it. Where you begin to see yourself doing it in a very large level. Maybe your gift or talent is capable of employing maybe 500 people. You can see yourself employing thousands. Because it is possible. Absolutely possible. Maybe your gift demands that you travel from one country to another. You begin to see yourself traveling all around the world. As you see yourself doing that, that becomes a source of motivation for you. When others are discouraged, when others are stranded, when others are frustrated, that is not you, because you've seen yourself somewhere else. You've imagined yourself. You're living from inside out. You are not like everybody else. You're not. You're different. You're peculiar. You're a very special person. You are a gift to the world. You are the prayer point of someone. You're the reason someone is going to be happy, is going to be comfortable in this world. If you can recall, this chair that we used today, it started with a wooden chair. Someone saw a tree and he began to think about the fact that it can actually be constructed in such a way that people can sit on it instead of sitting on a bare floor. And that was how chairs came into existence. Someone saw a chair inside a tree. Someone saw plastic chairs inside rubber. And he went ahead to create the picture. It always begins from your mind. Your mind is so powerful that it can determine your future. Your mind is so powerful that it can determine whether you are a failure or you're a success. And that is why Everything, every institution, every organization, everything is after your mind. Let me explain. When you go to school, what happens? A lecturer or a teacher teaches you. Where does those words go to? It goes into your mind. Your mind is like a garden. And a garden is a place where plants are being planted, where seeds are planted. Your mind is like a garden. That means everything that goes into your mind is a seed. Those words that your lecturer or your teacher are passing to you, these are seeds into your mind. And those words will help to reprogram your mind. And that is to tell you that everything that we become alive begins from our mind. You know, growing up, you could remember sometimes your father or your mother or someone that maybe was your guardian said to you that nothing good can come out of you. That was a seed. That seed was planted into your mind. Maybe it has gone into your subconscious mind. So each time you want to do something powerful, that voice comes up again. Don't you know who you are? Don't you know you're nobody? Don't you know you're not supposed to take part in this? You're not supposed to be a success because of those words. So to succeed, you must begin to reprogram your mind. You must think differently. You must think like a success. For you to be successful, nobody just gets up and becomes a success. It begins from the mind. And that is why all the educational system, all the institution of the world, all their mission is to reprogram your mind to fit into the society. That is why when you do something wrong, when you deviate, as a little kid, they are called deviants. People who don't do according to instructions. As an adult, you see that those people are arrested and kept in prison because they are not following the laid down principle, the laid down rules that govern the society. In other words, their minds has not been reprogrammed, or they have not accepted the programming, the reprogramming. And that is why they are behaving differently. And because it's unacceptable in our society, those people are kept in prison. You get it? So, you're born to succeed. You're born to be a winner. You're born to make a difference in your world. And that is the truth. When you have a responsibility to make up your mind, to make that impact, to make that difference, to make this world a better place. How is that going to happen? By you deciding to refine your gift, to refine your talent. That talent is given to you to change your world. You're supposed to have your world. You're supposed to recreate your world. There's a book by Pastor Chris, that is Reverend Dr. Chris Oyakhilome. There's a book he wrote called Recreating Your World. And that is to say that you can actually recreate your world. So if you're born in a family that they didn't have much, you can change it. You can reprogram everything. And it begins from your mind. What I'm doing now, I've not seen anybody doing it in my family. But I decided not to be like them. It's a decision. Your family background, do you like it? If they are great, you can become greater. You can do far more than they have done, more than your parents have done. You can. And it begins with you accepting that you can. You're born to make a great impact in this world. Why? Because you're made by the creator of the universe. His gene is in you. His trace are in you. So you don't actually know what you're capable of doing until you make up your mind to begin the journey of possibilities. Thank you, sir, for joining me. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you. So you must be willing to change your world. Very important. Everyone that you've seen created their world. As you're born into the world, you begin to grow in your family. You begin to see your father's handwork, your mother, maybe she worked in the government or in private sector. You begin to decide, what kind of life do you want? What kind of life do you want to live? What impact do you want to make? This is all your decision. And before you take some drastic action, you must begin to consider what you're gifted in, what your uniqueness is, what is going to pull you out of the crowd, because many are already trapped in the crowds today. Many are already trapped in the crowd, and you don't want to remain in the crowd. You don't want to. Why are they in the crowd? Because they have not discovered their uniqueness, their talents. The moment you discover what you're born to do, your self-confidence skyrockets. Because one of the reasons many are kept on the ground is lack of self-confidence. You don't believe much about yourself. You don't believe that anything good can come out of you. You don't believe that you can actually make a difference. And that is why you don't take action towards anything that could make you successful in life. You can do more than you can imagine. You can make a difference in your world. You can change the world. That is what the Mark Zuckerberg that we know today, the founder of Facebook, he saw that he could create a connectivity, a platform through which people can connect themselves. He saw it, he imagined it, and he began to create it. And today, we have Facebook spreading all around the world. Somebody got to think about it. What idea do you have? What vision do you have? Have you thought of taking action to pull it through? Have you thought of giving your time, your resources to that idea? Have you thought of connecting with people who are successful in that area you want to go? Because the truth is that no matter the professional career you want to apply on, the path you want to follow, there are people that are taking that path. And maybe they are not in your country. You can begin to ask, make research, go on Facebook, go on YouTube, take advantage of the Instagram to find out people who are successful in that path you want to talk. What is going to happen? You find that you have a mega drive. They will share their stories, their experiences, their challenges. They are going to share with you. So you don't have to make the same mistake they made. That is what mentorship does. Mentorship helps to share with you the challenges you're going to meet, the obstacles you're going to meet, and also how best to come out of it. How to come out of it. This is very important, and you must take it seriously. Your vision, your dream, your goals is absolutely possible. It's absolutely possible if you can make up your mind to go after it, if you can make up your mind to give it all it takes, if you can make up your mind to pursue it. Because it doesn't happen until you go after it. It doesn't happen until you make up your mind to pursue it. And how are you going to do that? By getting ready to face the challenges. because it's going to come with a lot of challenges. It's going to come with a lot of barriers, which you must be willing and ready to overcome. And when you do, you find that life takes on a new meaning. You find that everything about you begins to change. You find that life is actually beautiful. Mr. Emma, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. What I'm saying is that you have a dream, you have a vision, you have something you want to accomplish, that it is possible. How? By you making up your mind to train for it. Because no matter what you want to accomplish in life, no matter what you want to do, there is time for training. There is time for training. Because if you don't do it, you find that you lag behind. You find that you're not motivated. You find that you are not inspired because you really want to do it, but you don't know how. I've seen a lot of people who are talented in music, but they are not going for training. There are people who are successful in music. What you need is their experience. What you need is, what are the challenges they faced? So that when it comes up to you, you know exactly what to do. And that is the secret of successful people. They have mentors. And one of the reasons many don't take action towards their ideas, their dreams, is lack of self-confidence. This is very, very big problem in Africa. I must tell you. When I started, Emeka is a mentorship world, I was like, what are people going to say? Because I grew up in a family that, nobody believed in me. I was like a nobody. I was like someone thrown somewhere to go and die. Growing up, there was no reason why anything good can come out of me. That was a big problem. To believe that anything good can come out of me was a big issue. And that is what is holding many down. You want to go into business, you're thinking, how can you manage it? But what powerful force begins when you make up your mind, I can do it. Yeah, it's going to be difficult, it's going to be challenging. And you ask yourself, how are you going to pull through? Ideas don't come fully formed, brother. Brother Ima, ideas don't come fully formed. They get clearer as you work on them. Someone said that life is a fight for territory. And once you stop fighting for what you want, what you don't want automatically takes over. So, what do you want out of life? I've thought about it. You see people working in a company, at the end of their life, most of them wait for, pension. And most of them are not paid. So they wasted all their life in that company, and now there's nothing to show for it. Now they are not young again to make decisions. Now everything has turned upside down. So I began to think about, is that the way I'm going to end my life? Is that the way? Because if you don't make up your mind to take action towards changing your life, towards affecting your destiny, nothing is going to change. Nothing. I've watched some elders as security men, some elders as cab drivers. Those people were young like me. Many of them were young like me. They made choices. Some of them worked in oil and gas company. When the money was coming, they were busy traveling all around the world. They didn't invest in any durable project. And now they are facing the repercussion. Today, they don't have anything to fall back to. Why? Because they depended. They thought that company is going to last forever. It doesn't work that way. And that is why I have the inspiration, the passion to inspire our young people, to inspire the youths, to begin to use their talent. Every one of us has talent. Each of us. What I'm doing now is a product of my own gift, my talent. That's why I could do it, even when nobody pays me. The question is, what can you do even when nobody pays you? What can you do for months? Even when nobody pays you, you keep doing it. Why? Because it's inside. You can't keep quiet. The thing will be like fire shut up in your bone. And I couldn't stop. I was working in a company, and when I began to chase my dream, my vision, I opened a page on Facebook, I opened on Instagram. I began to post. Suddenly, I got promoted. They began to see that this guy actually have leadership qualities. When you've discovered your talent, your gift, brother, everything is going to change. Everything. The way people look at you will change. Because now you determine where you're going. You determine where you spend your time. Nobody try to barge into your life. Because you already know where you're going, and you also know the road that won't take you there. You know the kind of friends that won't help you achieve your dream. So you begin to dissociate yourself from them, because now you know what you want out of life. And how is that going to happen? You got to look inward. Look inward and ask yourself, what are those things that I cherish? What are those things that I would love to do? What is the big problem in the society that each time someone is actually doing it, you're not happy? You want to make a change. You want to change that thing. When you've seen that, when you've seen such, everything about you will begin to change. When you begin to ask yourself, what are those problems that each time I see it, I'm uncomfortable? Like personally, when I see people who are not chasing their dream, I get uncomfortable. Because they're going to live a boring life. You find that the world is not a good place. It's not an exciting place to live. Just as I'm doing what I'm doing now, I'm happy to be alive. Very, very excited. Because I have a purpose for living. Because I have something that I can speak about with conviction, with boldness. Because I know that what I'm saying is true. And people are going to listen to it. That is it. Have you discovered that about you? Have you discovered it? Because if you do, your life is going to take on a new meaning. Those who thought you were nobody, they're going to begin to change their mind. And one of the difference between the success and the failure is consistency. Consistency. Just like the principle is. Think about Bill Gates. He followed the principle in the Bible. Go ye into the world and multiply. God first of all said, be fruitful. Be fruitful is, there is a seed inside of you. That seed is your talent. That seed is your gift. He said, be fruitful. That means produce results. So what did Bill Gates do? He produced a product called Microsoft. He said, be fruitful, multiply, and subdue the earth. So what did he do? He produced one particular product called Microsoft. He multiplied it. He multiplied it. He multiplied it to the extent that he began to subdue. That means he became the sole provider. He set up system that sold the product all around the world. And today, he became the richest man. Or one of the richest men in the world today, because of the principle in the word of God. When we think about be fruitful, multiply, we think about bearing children and having, a lot of children. And that doesn't change anything. You find that when you have a lot of kids and you can't train them, they become a problem. Some of them end up as nuisance in the society because we only concentrate about one side. So what is your gift? What is that seed inside of you that you can multiply? What is the skill that you have? How many people can you reach? Because I think Jim Rohn said, if you want to get what you've never gotten, you got to do what you've never done. If you help more people get what they want, they will help you get what you want. That was from Zig Ziglar. If you help many people get what they want, they will help you to get what you want. That is it. So that talent, that skill, that thing that you have, are you just consuming it with a few number of people? If you can multiply your reach, if you can increase your reach, Mr. James Johnson, thank you for joining. If you can increase your reach, you find that your business will begin to expand. Just like today, many things are online. Is your business online? So what are you known for? I'm working hard to be known for one thing. When you talk about Dangote, what comes to your mind? Cement. Dangote cement. Dangote flour. And he's into oil and gas because he has the resources. Once you concentrate on what you want to do, funds begins to come, you begin to delve into other areas to reach more, because the purpose is to reach more people, to impact more people, and when you help more people get what they want, they're going to help you get what you want. That is it. You cannot succeed thinking just about yourself and your family. That's why many are just where they are. Once you've made up your mind about what you're going to be in life, about what you're going to do in life, brother, everything changes. You are in charge. People see that they can't just barge into your life. But once you haven't, you see that other people's opinion is what you lean on. And other people's opinion of you, if you are allowed to become your reality, brother, there's no great future. No. If you don't decide what you want, you're going to be helping others to achieve their own goals, to achieve their purpose. And that is what many are into today. Many are already lost in the crowd, and I don't want to be part of them. Because I know that I have something special. I know that I have something that makes me unique. I know that I have something that separates me from the crowd. Bible said that a man's gift will make room for him. I was invited to Port Harcourt some time ago. Landing in Port Harcourt, I was taken to a very special hotel. Everything was paid. I was treated like a king. Before the program, a car will be there waiting for me, and they will just convey me to the event, and I do what I do. And that's it. All the people that you see, the comedians, how much? Some of them has 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and they are paid millions. Why? Because they have refined their gifts. They have built a platform. They have created an audience. When you become confident, when you are convinced about what you do, brother, people are going to come to listen to what you've got to say. If, for instance, now, you have a skill that don't mean much, and you know that there are people that need this thing that you have, these gifts that you have, and you're willing to create platform around it, you're looking at it small because you are looking at it from, like, for instance, if you want to look at microorganism, you use your physical eye, it's going to look, you can't even see it because it's too small. But when you use microscope, brother, it's going to be very large. So what happens? What happens is that the microscope represents dedication. It represents commitment. It represents focus. That microscope represents persistence. So you refuse to be discouraged no matter the challenges, no matter the obstacle, no matter the barriers. You keep moving. You keep chasing it. You keep going after it. And before you know it, everything will change. Before you know it, everything begins to take shape. That idea, that skill that you think is small will become so big that you begin to wonder, is this still this thing? That is the secret of life. And this is what I have for you for today. I remain your friend and neighbor, Emeka Eze. Always there to inspire you, to motivate you until you achieve your dream. Thank you for watching. Shalom.